Okay, so get this, we're diving into something today. That's what even I'm excited about. And that's saying something because, keeping up with crypto these days, there's always something new, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's a fast-moving world.
It really is. But this one feels different. We're talking AI rig complex, AR.
Yeah, AR, it's certainly making some noise.
It's like someone said, "Hey, what are the two hottest things right now? AI and Web3. Let's stick them together." Boom, you got A. And we're going to break it all down, especially for anyone listening who's maybe just starting to wrap their heads around crypto.
Yeah, that's smart actually, focusing on the beginners because, well, a lot of the talk around it gets pretty techy pretty fast.
It does. It does. So we've got some notes here pulled from, hold on, AI Rig Complex, ARC, Understanding AI Coins and Latest Prices.
Got to have our sources.
Absolutely got to have the data.
Right. So, first things first, and I'm kind of asking them myself here, but when we say AR is a platform, not just a coin.
Oh, that's a key distinction. Yeah. What does that actually mean? Like, I get Bitcoin, kind of, you buy it, maybe it goes up, maybe down.
Right, exactly. But ARK is aiming to be bigger than that. Think of it less like just owning a piece of gold and more like, investing in the whole gold mine operation, the tools, the whole system.
Okay, so more than just a store of value. It's like you're part of something bigger, something operational.
Exactly. And that something bigger is where the AI part comes in. See, ARK is built on this idea of Web3, right? Which I know, another buzzword.
Oh, yeah, can we get a Web3 for Dummies explanation in here for those of us who, well, need it?
Sure, sure. Web3 at its core is all about decentralization. So instead of having like these giant companies controlling everything online, our data, the platforms, all that, Web3 wants to distribute that power, make things more democratic, I guess you could say.
Okay, so power to the people, kind of.
Yeah, and ARC is using AI to make that whole decentralized system work better, make it more secure, more efficient.
So ARC is like the engine making that Web3 car go vroom.
You got it. And that's why it's a platform, not just a coin. The ARC coin is part of that system, but it's not the whole story.
Okay, now I'm starting to get it, but I'm looking at our notes here, and it says ARC is on some pretty big exchanges like KuCoin, Gate.io,
Oh, yeah, it's definitely got its foot in the door there.
and get this, a $43.60 million daily trading volume. That's serious action. Doesn't sound very beginner friendly to me.
Well, here's the thing, right? Being on those big exchanges, it's actually what makes it beginner friendly in a way. It means there's high liquidity, easy to buy, easy to sell because there are so many people trading it.
So that big volume, it's a sign of what? Interest, confidence?
Exactly. It means people are paying attention, they're putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak. But a word of caution, even though it's on these big exchanges, remember the price can still vary a bit between them.
Ah, okay. So shop around a bit. Got to be smart about it.
Exactly, exactly. Now, one thing our source mentioned, and it's, the elephant in the room with crypto.
The volatility, right? Goes up, goes down, makes your head spin.
Yep. And Urshi is no exception. In fact, the source points out that at one point it dropped 57% from its all-time high.
Oof, that's a big dip. So is this whole H thing a gamble then? Or is there actual substance here?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And this is where the AI part gets really interesting. See, the potential of AI, especially within Web3, that's huge. And that's why some people see Archie as a long-term play. Even with those short-term dips, they're betting on the tech itself to grow.
Okay, so long-term vision, got it. But let's bring this back to our listeners, especially those new to the crypto game. What does all this actually mean for someone thinking about getting into ARK?
Well, first and foremost, right, and we say this all the time, no deep dive, no single source can replace your own research.
Amen to that. Do your homework, folks.
Exactly. Crypto is inherently risky, and ARK is no exception. Even with all this potential, there are absolutely no guarantees in this market.
None whatsoever.
Right. So understand what AR is trying to do, what the technology is all about, and then weigh that against your own, risk tolerance, your investment goals.
Don't just chase the hype. Understand the fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just to recap here, we've got ARC. It's a platform, not just a coin. It's all about bringing AI into the world of Web3, making that whole decentralized thing more user-friendly, I guess.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Lots of potential, but also, like we said, volatility is part of the game.
Absolutely. And here's something I think is really fascinating to consider, right? If these kinds of platforms like AR, if they really take off, if they become kind of the standard, how does that change how we interact online? Do we have more control? Is it actually safer? I mean, those are the big questions, aren't they?
Huge questions, and I don't think anyone has all the answers yet. But hey, that's what makes this whole space so exciting.
It really is.
So to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep learning, and until next time, happy diving.